Hey guys, it's Alpha Lorraine with Divine Goddess Healing. I'm here today to do a collective reading, messages for the feminine. So let's look and see what messages are for the feminine. And today is Friday, March 15th, 2018. What are the messages for the Divine Feminine today? For those in a twin flame soulmate connection, we have trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. And this message actually popped out during the pre-shuffle as well. I feel that this is a message to the Divine Feminine that you're actually exactly where you need to be right now. Personally, I do feel a very energetic liberation and renewal, and just this ultimate peace that I'm exactly where I'm meant to be and everything is going to work out for my best. And so it's just a really beautiful, refreshing energy, even considering the fact that we're still in retrograde. It's showing a lot of reassurance in myself that I've really done the healing work, and that, you know, this is just really the beginning of this new pathway into my future and entering into that new portal. So the next message: don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only being true to yourself that you can be true to others. And I think this is a very vital message for the feminines, because as a collective, especially recently this month during the retrograde energies, we are being reflected multiple pathways and portals and possibilities into how we advance into our future. And it's very important for you to always go with your own instincts, your own soul path, whatever you're being guided to. It's good to be able to see other people's realms of realities, but trust that everyone is really reflecting back to you the reality that they've been convinced is the best way for them. So you might be able to take certain things from each area and learn and build and rearrange your own reality with what best fits you and your beliefs. So nothing you learn goes to waste. Everything's for a reason, and it usually is something that eventually reflects you back to your own inner truth, and that you're exactly where you need to be in every moment. So I think as feminines, we're really learning to stand in the faith and trust and confidence in our own truths. And as we do this, our reality is going to shift in the vibration of that new truth or realization. It will always reflect back to you the reality you're creating. Okay, so let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. So I also see this as an energy that the feminines are learning to come into. And we have friendship on the bottom of the deck. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love will dramatically improve. So that's a really important message as well, because as I'm learning to heal and release certain old outworn perceptions, I'm seeing things in a broader perspective, and really am I think the masculine and feminine energies are really exchanging so that the feminines are experiencing the belief systems that the masculine maybe has had on his journey, and he's experiencing the feminine side. So we are starting to lighten up in our energy as feminines, and we're actually becoming more understanding of, wow, this is what he really believed in regards to what love is supposed to look like or be like. So we're just getting a more unity consciousness awareness, and and it's a feeling of lightness and not of attachment. And so through this new understanding, we're able to actually trust and allow our masculines to be separated, or just we're allowing them to come and go as is comfortable for them. And so because we've been able to kind of taste the experiences that has shaped their belief systems to be that way. And so I think as we are beginning to open up to that new clarity and also a new forgiveness of the masculine, they're able to really go inward and see how the things that they have unintentionally done to us, they see that our perspective of how it felt like they were doing these things to us to hurt us, even though really their intentions weren't that at all. They physically weren't, in their minds, doing these things. They didn't see it that way at all as any type of control or manipulation. They just were behaving in a sense of freedom. And through our attachment wounding as feminines, we took it all in and took it personal, and continued to focus on that, manifesting more of those cycles of events that just only created deeper inner wounding of self. So we are beginning to shape-shift into these new energies, and it's creating more of a new bond of true friendship. And under the base of any connection, especially even romantic connection, is you should always have that grounding foundation of friendship, of true understanding, of true allowing, and of giving without expecting things in return, and knowing that what is meant for you will be for you, that you don't have to control things. So the feminines are really beginning to open up to more of an allowance, and because you're fulfilling your own needs and desires in the world, and you're renewing your own happiness and confidence, and you're building your future and your careers based on your soul truth and your soul path, and you are becoming detached from other people's karmic wounds that before used to create illness in your body. So you're able to detach from connections that are based in obligation and attachment, and you're letting go more and more, and able to expand and really start to create. And this is bringing you guys a lot of success, not only monetarily, but through renewed connections. You're coming, maybe a lot of you are coming back to old friendships with a renewed sense of purpose and love, not only maybe with your twin or your soulmate, but through friendships and family members. Really, you're coming into a newer truth of connections on a more eye-to-eye level, seeing things eye to eye with the people around you and being more forgiving and laid back and detached, understanding each other better. So the energies are really amazing right now if you let them be that way. So this message is really, all of my messages really geared towards people who are already in the vicinity of union with their soul partners. So you've already done a lot of the healing work and are getting closer and closer to that. Now, union is something that is, everything is energy, and energy is always moving, it's always reshaping, so it's never solid. Everything is elusive. So even the concept of union is, there are always different levels to union. And so you can be in union and still have a lot of work to do to get to the union that is closer to your deeper desires. So the more you can heal yourself and let go, the more you actually see these things forming for you on your behalf, the more you see your self-worth and trust that the universe is divinely creating this visual for you, creating this vision of your highest ideal. When you're able to release and let go, these things are beginning to manifest more and more in a really beautiful way. So these were the Lovers Oracle cards. Next, I'm going to pull a few of the Romance Angel cards. So what is going on with the masculine right now? What is he up to right now? What is he working on in regards to this connection? What is the masculine working on in regards to this connection? And masculine doesn't necessarily have to mean male, and feminine doesn't necessarily have to mean female. We all have variations of these energies within us, so it's whatever you resonate with most. I typically read my readings typically are for the feminines, but it can go whatever resonates with you most, whatever you're feeling, take it how you resonate with it. So we've got religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So I think right now the masculines are being enlightened. And this is mirroring the feminine, like I talked about, how the feminine is becoming more enlightened to a different perception of spirituality and her own inner truth. We are all energy, and energy is ever changing. So what we perceive as spiritual and as ego is really illusion, because underneath it is all really the same thing. It's just two entirely different perspectives. So whatever you perceived in yourself as spiritual and in your masculine as ego, you now have kind of a new understanding of why they believed the way they did. And you're starting to actually incorporate some of those beliefs in yourself, and that's being reflected into your masculine as well. So there is a lot of enlightenment in the masculine right now in regards to this connection. So what does he plan? What is he kind of planning in regards to this connection in the next couple of weeks? What is his plan of action in regards to this connection? What what is the masculine's plan of action in regards to this connection? You deserve love. You are lovable. So it looks like his plan of action is really honing in more on the really targeting his advances or efforts in a more precise way in regards to this connection. So, you know, a lot of times we get really resentful because we have all these expectations. And I think through our ebbs and flows in this connection, it has created a lot of insight for the masculine on the do's and don'ts of how to approach you or how to interact with you. And so they're being very thoughtful and methodical about how they approach next. And they're getting a lot of guidance from their spirit guides, their angels, and messages through synchronicities right now. They're very in tune with spirit at this time and with their intuition. So I think the feminines are you may be feeling a little bit more practical right now. And this is because your masculine is more in an intuitive mode than you are. So you're probably feeling a little bit less emotional and more detached, and they're kind of getting more into their feelings and intuition. So we've got attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So you see, this is the feminine here, and the masculine has their bow and arrow pointed straight towards the feminine. So the feminine is, you're kind of getting more into a energy of being in the moment. You're not so much in your head, and you're really in a place of just enjoying and relaxing and being at inner peace and centeredness. This energy that you're giving off is like a magnet to your masculine, and it's actually drawing them in. So we've got give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership, and this is at the bottom of the deck. So I think this is your masculine sending you, basically saying, you know, hang in there. Don't focus on expectations or an outcome or if or when, or, you know, don't focus on all the questions, but continue to focus on yourself and your confidence and building on those things, because you're going in the right direction. And continue to keep your heart open, because they are coming back in. It is just a matter of time. And the more that you can detach from the questions and the focus on them, the more you can bring the focus back to yourself. You're helping draw this in to you faster. So let's do a guardian angel card. So a message from your angels. Action. Drop all fear and just do it. You have the power to create and be whatever you truly want. Look inside your heart and take positive action in those things that bring you closer to achieving your desired goals. Nothing can stop you except your own fears. This card is positive confirmation from God and the angels that the time is right for you to start a new and exciting venture. So I think as the feminines are learning more self-mastery and becoming more adventurous and taking more action in your personal life, following your dreams, your goals, your spiritual soul calling and passions, the more you are focusing in on those things and building your confidence, the masculine is reflecting in this energy towards this connection and how they want to master the possibilities in this connection and to bring those things more into fruition. So let's see. So where is the masculine's heart space? And I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot. Where is the masculine's heart space? The Mother of Swords. So I see this as like they're really focused on all of the things that you've taught them. They're focused on all the things that you basically rejected, like said no to. And they're learning from your reactions. They're learning from the things in the past that you have decided to cut away and no longer are putting your energy into in regards to this connection. You're no longer allowing certain things to bother you anymore or feeding your energy to it. And it's having a great effect on him because we have the Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So he's kind of like, it's almost like a an energy of fear of making the wrong move in the because he's afraid that one of these swords is going to poke him if he moves the wrong way. So he kind of feels trapped a little bit. And so I think he's really in his mental about this connection right now. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. So he's working really hard on all of these things in his heart space to right the wrongs, and he's really building a solid idea of what he wants his future to be like. And we've got the Daughter of Pentacles as well. So you're really, again, like with all these feminine energies, you're really on his heart and his mind. He sees the rainbow. He sees the ideal that you project of what this connection can be like. And even if he doesn't say it, he really understands. And he's really doing a lot of deep inner work to figure out how to bring these desires to life with you. We have the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So you bring him this emotional fulfillment, and he wants to create more of that. He wants to do things just right. So what is he thinking? What is the masculine thinking right now? And of course the Eight of Swords pop out again. So, you know, in his heart and in his mind, he still has a lot of struggle and turmoil with really where to go next. But I know it seems like he's really it means a lot to him. So he could be feeling a lot of guilt for how he treated you in the past. We've got the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck, so there's a lot of mental clarity in regards to what he's beginning to understand. It's just very overwhelming in a sense of, you know, his nervousness and his personal expectation, because he knows that you are a quality feminine of high expectation. So let's get some more clarity on this. On the 8 of Swords, let's get some more clarity. And we have the Mother of Pentacles. So, you know, the feminine, and we have the Empress at the bottom of the deck. So tons of feminine energy here. So he, you know, we've got 2 queens here. And we've got the Empress, we've got the Daughter of Pentacles, but he really sees you in this high exalted state. Very high status, but also very nurturing and gentle at the same time. So even though you have these 2 different sides where, you know, you can be a person to, you know, that people would be afraid to mess with, you're very understanding and forgiving and nurturing as well. And you really, you know how to not take shit, but you also know how to forgive, and you bring a lot of peace and joy to this connection as well. So there's almost like these opposing forces of just like these fears, but also there is this utter peace and gentleness too that he gets. So it looks like he is really focused more on growing up and maturing and wanting to meet you in this energy. Not really, he doesn't want this connection to be imbalanced anymore. He really wants to meet you in an equal perspective. And so let's pull some more cards here. We've got infinite blessings. So your masculine wants you to know that everything you desire is on its way to you. So just continue to be patient and stay in your high vibration. We've got this pause. So this isn't probably something that is going to just manifest immediately, but he wants you to allow these things to come into you. So he wants you to really get more in the moment and get in a place of faith and stop trying to do things to force these things to happen. Allow the universe to bring these blessings to you. All you have to do is be you and stand in faith. And we've got the number 4. So stability, you know, this is a balanced relationship. 1 and 7 equals 8. The number of eternity and new beginnings. Karmic cycles coming to an end. We have a leap of faith on the bottom of the deck. So really channel your new energies, feminines, of coming into this new place of being in your feminine energy of receiving and allowing and knowing that what is meant for you is on its way. So those were the Nature's Whisper cards. And I'm going to do some energy oracle cards. We've got Healer of the Ages. So there is divine intervention And your spirit guides are really coming in to do a lot of this work for you. We've got the thinking man on the bottom of the deck. Like I said, your masculine's really in his head right now. So he's doing a lot of planning and contemplating. But, you know, the divine spirit is working more on him for you. So you can rest assured and relax in the knowing of that. Oh, and that one fell behind the table here. So, let's see. We've got hostilities. This fell behind the table. So, I feel like there's a message in that. Yeah, there's attachment on the bottom of the deck here. So something's still... There's still some hostilities behind the scenes, I think, on your masculine's end in regards to maybe some unresolved issues in regards to this connection with you that where he's felt like he's had to stick up for himself. Maybe you casted some blame on him in the past. So there's still some residual energies of this behind the scenes. And it's due to this attachment energy. So some more clearing needs to take place. And I think, you know, with these retrogrades, as we allow these energies to do the work for us, all of these things are happening in divine, perfect timing and order for our highest good. So trust that he is healing. And we've got anxiety. So this is 1 and 8, the number 9. So this is an energy that is coming to a close. Again, like the storm is in the background. This person's completely unaffected, but mentally they're just in their head overthinking. And we've got strategy at the bottom of the deck. So again, he's still in his head a lot, and there's still some confusion behind the scenes, even if he's not necessarily talking about it. This is what's going on with his energy, and he's, I think, with the healer of the ages energy, it's kind of bringing all of this up so that he can really understand deeper why he's feeling this way, so that these energies can close out and be released for good. Yeah, we've got storm warning. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, like 10 complete endings. Like, this is all coming to an end. We've got Angel of Strength. So your masculine's really got some high anxiety, I think, in regards to this connection with you. And I think it's because they feel your energy of detachment. They're feeling your energy of detachment. And I think they're really feeling your absence. And so it's creating some fear in them about possibly losing you. You know, they've done so much to hurt you in the past. They were very hostile in the past. And so they're in this energy where they want to reach out. They want to make things right, but they're just kind of stuck right now. We've got dedicated effort on the bottom of the deck. So in regards to reaching out, they really want to work on this mutually, but there's still a lot of fears that they're trying to work through. Yeah, we've got the heart chakra, refusing to see and trust. So your masculine right now is, they're really going into their deeper emotions. There's still some type of block that they are kind of refusing to let go, but they're being guided to trust. So there's definitely still a divine guidance here that is trying, it's still causing them to turn inward so that they can open up. Yeah, we've got awaiting results. So again, this is something that, you know, these energies are just going to have to take a little more patience. But something is always, these things always bring us to a greater clarity and understanding. We have well-deserved reward. So this is the finish of these energies that he is going to come out of towards the end of these retrogrades. He is going to come into more clarity. Yeah, we've got detach. So your masculine wants you to detach. When you detach, the healing begins. And we also have just breathe and crown chakra. So you're helping your masculine heal. The more you can detach, just breathe, be in the moment, and get in tune with your higher ideals and focus on that. Don't focus on the things that are happening around you in regards to this connection. Just focus on your own ideals and really trusting the universe more. So what is the overall energy of this connection right now? We have the Emperor. So of course this is messages from the divine, from the masculine. So this is, well, it looks like there's still a lot of, oh, we've got Empress at the bottom of the deck. So that's interesting. So I do see this as a divine pair. And I think in the overall energy of this connection, things are, even though it may not look like it, things are really coming into alignment in a really beautiful way. So, like I said, just breathe and turn into your ideals, your crown chakra, and detach more and more, because as you do that, you are drawing this reality to you. This Empress, she just sits beautifully, and she doesn't have to do anything. She's not working. She's just holding all of the fruits of her, you know, from all the seeds that she's sown. And the Emperor has this globe, this world, and this rod and staff. So he holds this vision of what he wants to bring. He wants to bring the Empress the world. So really get in tune with your feminine energies and continue to allow this to unfold. Let's pull one more message. So what is the outcome in the next 2 weeks of what will transpire in this connection? Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. And we have love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Again, feminines, like I said, continue to focus more on yourself, detach, and get more into a light-hearted, open-hearted place of allowing and receiving, and this will continue to draw this connection closer to you. So thanks so much for tuning in. I really hope this resonated with you, and if it did, please like, subscribe, and share. Also, if you'd like to send a love donation, the link is down below, as well as the links if you would like a personal reading or any energy healing work. I do provide light language healing transmission sessions that will help release any old energy in your system, and will be able to create new light codes into your system. So all the links are down below if any of that sounds interesting to you or you feel called. I also have a shamanic art page, Shamanic Alchemy Art, if you want some really deep, divine, intensive healing work done to create new changes in your outer world. You can adorn these artworks in your home, and they have very specific healing properties, so whatever you are called to is what your soul needs work on in that moment. So feel free to check any of that out, and like I said, if you resonate, like, subscribe, and share. You can also find me on Facebook at Divine Goddess Healing Tarot, and Instagram as well, Divine Goddess Healing Tarot. So thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you have